Hi guys, in today's video let's talk about why some people progress faster in their careers than others. Tell me if this sounds familiar. I know this job isn't exactly what I want, but it's good enough for now. I should probably start looking for a new one soon, but I have some end of month things to take care of and catch up on stuff. So I'll probably start looking in a couple of weeks when I have a bit more free time and things calm down a bit. Oof, I need to start looking for work. And I have no idea where to start. I need to write a good resume. And there's LinkedIn that I know nothing about. And everybody seems to know so much. I have no idea how to talk about myself. And there's so much information I have to catch up on. I don't know how to begin. I was in my role for so many years and now I got laid off because of the whole COVID thing. But I know that the economy is really bad right now. So is this even the right time to start looking for something new? And what about all those other people who lost jobs just like me and are in the same boat? Should I start now? And where do I even start? Okay, why is everybody making such a big deal out of this? I found all my previous jobs before. I can find a new one again. It's not so hard. I can Google for 1 hour. I'm sure I'll figure it out. There's nothing to worry about. In my experience, I see all of these 4 types of clients: procrastinators, anxious, indecisive, overconfident. What do all these 4 types of people have in common when it comes to job searching or their career?
Wait for it. Keep waiting.
They don't act now. This is what happens to the majority of job seekers. You're thinking, my resume is pretty good, I've done my research, I know how it works, and I know that I can interview well. All I need is a chance to get in the room. But I've been sending, hundreds of job applications and nothing. No one has even called me back yet. So now let's do a quick reality check. The truth is, anywhere between 75 to 85% of jobs are actually filled through networking. That means that hiring process has nothing, literally nothing to do with the standard process of applying and you lining up in the traffic jams of hundreds of other resumes. So those job seekers who receive job offers through their networks, what sets them apart? What makes them different? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so share them in the comments under this video. So did you leave a comment? Yeah, you did. Well done. Let's keep going. Now let's compare 2 people. One of them is the average person who is always waiting for a better time and the perfect moment to start looking for something they really want. That is usually one of those 4 types that we talked about earlier in this video. What happens is that person gets stuck in the trap of not doing anything right now, always waiting for a better time that never comes, and they end up in the same status quo over and over again. And now let's have a quick look at a graph that shows how their residual income and market value change over time. So looking at this graph, on the vertical axis we have dollars and on the horizontal one we have time. So if you look at the graph for the residual income, it stays pretty flat because unfortunately even with the average increase of about 1 to 3% per year, that barely covers inflation. So basically your residual income just stays flat. What about your market value? Your market value actually starts going down at some point because the longer you're staying at just one organization, the less proof recruiters have of your real qualifications and competence. Because you might be staying in one organization for various reasons, such as not wanting to look for something better, making good friends, having a great relationship with your boss. So basically, the longer you stay, the harder it is for you to move to a different organization with greater potential. Now let's look at the opposite scenario. For a person who, even in the toughest times when there's COVID, bad economy, and whatever else, that person still believes in opportunity and does something about it. Maybe it's constant networking, refreshing your resume, looking through job postings and checking out something that you really want and something that really excites you, talking to your networks, staying engaged online, and practicing your interview skills. So that person does not usually stay longer than 3 to 5 years in one position or in one organization because they're constantly looking for more. They are looking for stuff that helps them grow, whether it's a new type of employment or it's just some side projects. Now let's look at this person's graph. When it comes to their residual income, it actually has those abrupt jumps every time that person lands a new opportunity or finds another side project. Now looking at their market value, that actually starts growing exponentially. Why? Because that person is constantly working on their branding and how well they communicate to prospective employers how much value they can add to their team and their business. That way they're staying proactive and their networks are constantly actively involved in their professional lives and know what's going on in their careers and are there to help them out. It may sound really complicated to you right now, but if you think about it, it starts with something as simple as you polishing up your LinkedIn profile and being constantly engaged on that platform. In one of my previous videos, I've shared a story how my client was able to land more than a 10% increase in his salary just thanks to LinkedIn. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out right now. I'll also link to it in the description below. So let's think about this. What differentiates those people who are super proactive? It's just a shift in their mentality. The moment you decide to do something to challenge your status quo, your mindset shifts. This time you are not waiting for a better time, you are actively doing something, and even if you're doing the wrong thing, you're still learning and progressing. I've always been fascinated with the power of mindset and how it influences our actions and decisions. So because I'm a nerd, I went to my neuroscience friends and asked them what's the secret.
All I can tell y'all is that it's about to go down.
And the secret is the part of our brain that is called the reticular activating system. What it does is it helps us filter through all of the information that our brain has to process in a day and single out the stuff that is most important to us. And the most important part is that it's the reticular activating system that helps us validate what we believe. Let me give you an example. If you've ever thought about buying a new car and you've set your eye on a very specific model, all of a sudden you start noticing more cars of that specific model everywhere around you on the streets. Has everyone started buying more of those cars in the past couple of weeks? No, it's just your brain, the reticular activating system, that started showing you that information that validates something that you've been thinking about or that you're interested in. So, if you keep thinking that what you have right now is the best you can get, that the economy is as bad as it can get, and that nobody else is hiring and there are no options out there for you, that's probably how it's gonna be. On the other hand, if you think that the opportunity is there and you have to just go and find it, you most likely will. So the one thing that will separate you from staying in that trap is reaching out for help and admitting that you don't know everything when it comes to job search. Our brain is wired to protect us from everything that is unknown or uncomfortable. So when you don't know something or if you're scared of something, it would tell you to stop, postpone, do later. And you have to catch yourself every time you think this way. And instead of giving into that instinct and that mechanism, you start taking first steps, reach out for help, and ask someone else to help you figure this stuff out. The most common phrase I hear from my clients is, "I wish I'd reached out to you sooner." Yet today they're so much further down the road than they were a couple of weeks ago or even a month ago. Why? Because they chose to act. So if there's one thing that I would love for you to take away from this video today is take your next step now. Don't wait. But if you need help, my contact info is in the description below, so don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for watching today's video. I'd love for you to start sharing your stories in the comments, so start typing right now. If you liked today's video, don't forget to hit thumbs up. If you loved it, please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you again soon.